Welcome back to the Varkha Cholani channel. I hope all of you watching are safe and well. It's time now that we began to get back to real living. From lockdown to freedom. Yes, but I read something very interesting. Eleanor Roosevelt spoke about freedom. She said, freedom makes a huge demand from human beings. Freedom comes with a lot of responsibility. She also added that for people who refuse to grow up or refuse to carry their own weight, freedom can be a daunting prospect. So, if you and I need to be free back into real living, all of us will have to take responsibility. It is not about managing ourselves alone. It is about now managing the real world with the virus. The virus isn't going anywhere in a hurry, and all of us have to learn to live with it. In financial management, there is something called risk management, the step one of which is identifying potential risks in advance. Then there is step two, which is analyzing the risk. And of course, step three, which is reducing risk. I decided to use the same parameters to help us to go back to real living with freedom, but help us manage risk. The first step in risk management for our health is identifying potential risks. The first and most obvious potential risk is us contracting the virus. But there are three facets here. One is our immune system. So the first risk is how strong internally are all of us in being able to manage our health when it comes to contracting or not contracting the virus. Then comes age. How old are we? So that what is the probability of the virus being contracted by us? And three, of course, is comorbidities or other illnesses that you and I may have. Remember what Eleanor Roosevelt said? She said with freedom comes responsibility. So let's identify our potential risks. Are we immunocompromised? Do we have a weak immune system? All that we need to do is then identify that aspect of us and do what it takes. Eat healthy, take our vitamins, sleep enough, rest enough, and have a certain regime. 2. If we are above the age of 65, the susceptibility of us contracting the virus unfortunately increases manifold. So step out only if one has to, particularly in crowded places, else stay home. And if, for example, we have other illnesses before this virus came along, do what it takes to manage those illnesses as well as possible, and of course practice the hygiene measures that have been suggested to ward off the virus. Do wear masks, do sanitize frequently, and do, of course, keep your physical distance. So the potential risk is only our immune system, our age, and of course our other health aspects which may have been there before the virus. So the real potential risk is not the virus, but it is us. Next, let's analyze the risk. There is nothing really to analyze actually in this facet. Either we get the virus or we don't get the virus. A lot of people spend a lot of time, unfortunately, trying to analyze things to appear more intelligent and to appear smarter. And honestly, there is, as I repeat, nothing really to analyze here. So let's not get carried away in assuming that by analyzing how to manage it better, you and me will somehow be able to step out of it. Then comes the third aspect of reduction of risk. Reduction of risk comes with sensible ideation and attitude. A lot of us, unfortunately, have ideas about ourselves which are extremely grandiose, and in a way, we behave pretty overconfidently. We try and sidestep measures or protocols that have been suggested by health experts, believing that somehow we are over and above the virus. Some of us believe that, oh, I'm not going to get it, I'm some special creature. Now, if you continue to subscribe to this ideology or philosophy, your overconfidence will trip you. And you know what happens if you were to trip into this. Unfortunately, you would contract COVID. So managing attitudes helps in reduction of risk. And it is the mind that will help you to do what is required. If we want to be wealthy, we usually manage our risks in finance. I suggest if you want to be healthy, do manage your risks during COVID, because it's time now to get back to real living. But real living comes with a certain responsibility, because with freedom comes immense responsibility. Freedom will allow us to take responsibility not only for ourselves, but by default, because of taking responsibility for ourselves, we will also be able to help others. Thank you for watching the Varka Chulani's channel. Stay safe, stay well, stay healthy. Till next week, it's goodbye and thank you.